episode 24, Zenith and Abyss. It's your boy Icon with some DC TV, and I just want to say happy birthday to me. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this video, but as we are recording, it is Friday, May 27th, and a very special happy birthday to me. And thank you for everybody that said happy birthday to me on social media. I appreciate you all. So now, still working here. I mean, I recorded some reviews during my vacation when I was in Miami, so it's only fitting that I do more reviews during the B-Day as we go over some Young Justice. And in this particular episode 24, whoa, we're on our way to the Phantom Zone. And I have to say this right out the gate. I got to give all the respect in the world to Lord Zod, like the Zod child, because he went to Oa looking for the Kaiser Thrall, and we found Tomar 2, who was the son of the Green Lantern that died during the Rocket storyline. And Lord Zod, being the a-hole that he is, he spoke to the guy, he got some information, and then he says to him, he's like, oh, because remember, Lord Zod was the one who killed his father. He actually shot him right through the chest and killed his father. And then he turns to his son and goes, you know, I knew your father. He was a very skilled Green Lantern and very passionate, strong of will. And I'm like, okay, that's odd, giving him respect. And then he was just like, oh, I hope you, he said, I hope you become, what did he say? He said, I hope you follow in his footsteps. I was like, damn. I was like, that's gangster. I like that. So now, now the whole thing with the Kaiser Thrall, we've learned why the Kaiser Thrall is important. Back in the Phantom Zone, Nightwing and the gang, they've made it to the Phantom Zone, and now they're searching for Connor. And before they went into the Phantom Zone, they said that we're not bringing them again because we don't want to get her hopes up and this, that, and the third, and we don't want to like hurt her, blah, 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 so we're going in without her. They did this whole thing to keep it a secret from McGann and to keep McGann from finding out. So now that we're purposely going out of our way to make sure McGann doesn't find out that Connor is still alive, the prince, the king, well, he's the king now, the king of Mars, he calls McGann and he's like, yo, by the way, Superboy alive, girl. And then he was like, I'll just get straight to the point, not to raise your hopes, but Superboy is alive. And then because he ended up linking up with Phantom Girl, because Phantom Girl linked up with him on Mars. So now Phantom Girl, she's at the Watchtower along with the King of Mars, and then they're talking to Magan and Black Lightning and Aqualad, and they were just she told him the whole story about how Connor's alive, and he's trapped in the Phantom Zone, and now McGann's like, oh my god, and I'm just like, see, I should have just called her from Jump Street. And then we actually go into the storyline of Danny, who he was one of the children who was abducted, you know, and sent to New Apocalypse, sent to New Genesis. And unfortunately for this child, they did experiments on him and they took his brain out of his body, and then they put his brain inside of the Kaiser Thrall, I guess, which is some sort of mother box, brother box, father box, whatever the Kaiser Thrall is. So the boy's brain resides in you know, like inside that box. Clearly, like, Danny is a plot device, like, because we didn't really hear too much about him. I mean, like, the Kaiser Thrall was mentioned and all, but for us to go to the extent of his backstory, I'm like, clearly he's here to serve a specific purpose. And the purpose Danny serves is he has the ability and the power to, I guess, guide them to how they can get into the Phantom Zone. So, but he did say, because Phantom Girl said that she wasn't able to do it because her powers are organic. But Danny said that he can get them into the Phantom Zone. You know, he can actually, like, you know, help open that door. He just needs a mother box in order to do it, so he can open the correct boom tube. Now, then they were just like, oh, we need a mother box. And as soon as they said they need a mother box, I was like, okay, so we're gonna get Violet now. But then instead of Violet, we ended up getting Orion, and then I was just like, boo. But so Orion comes in, but Orion was smart, because Orion did say, he said we are gonna open the boom tube to open the Phantom Zone. He said, but I found a planet that has like a decent red sun atmosphere that's livable, because he said, let's remember, there's a bunch of Kryptonian criminals that are also trapped in the Phantom Zone, and if we save Connor, we could accidentally release one of these criminals, and at least if one of these criminals does come out, they're on a planet with a red sun, and we don't have to worry about them having like full Kryptonian power. Superman was actually there, and he was being a super bitch about the whole thing. He was just like, oh, I can't. It's like everybody's sitting here like putting ideas together, putting thoughts together, and he's just like, oh, I've sworn to secrecy. And I'm like, dude, like, really? And then Malafat, he ended up shape-shifting into the other two members of the Legion, and they contacted Phantom Girl, and they were just like, oh, we're gonna meet you. And then she was just like, yes, because there's a planet that we're going to save Superboy. And then they was just like, okay, we'll meet you there, which is basically Lord Zod and his goons in disguise. And now they're gonna ambush them when they get to that planet. So now McGann and the gang, they're going to the planet, and Lord Zod, he's gonna meet them. Meanwhile, in the Phantom Zone, Nightwing and the crew, they ran up on Connor, and then they were just like, hey, hey Connor, we're here to take you home. And then he was like, I cannot, because I serve the House of Zod. The House of Zod shows up, and then Zod literally said he was just like, oh, I was using Superboy as bait because I knew after the Phantom Girl left, somebody else was going to try to save him. And I'm just like, he's standing right there. You just told him to his face you used him as bait. And Connor's mind is so fractured that he just didn't care. And he even sold them out. He was just like, oh, these people so they can get us out of the Phantom Zone. I was just like, really, dude? But Nightwing tried to talk him down. It didn't work. And now there's a fight between, like the House of Zod and the Young Justice team. But the House of Zod was winning the fight because like Zod said, he said, we've been training for this moment our whole lives. We know the Phantom Zone. Like, we've been a part of this Phantom Zone. Like, we know the ins and the outs. And the funny thing is, although Calder figured out how to physically hurt them, like everybody, they got a couple of licks in, but I'm like, Rocket just got her ass beat, like straight up. And I thought that was messed up. But, they end up, taking the whole team out, and they got the whole team, like locked up, but then like they dipped. So now we're on this Red Sun planet, and Danny ends up, Danny along with the Mother Box, along with Orion, ends up opening the boom tube. And when the boom tube opens, like the portal opens, Lord Zod and the gang, like they see him, they see the portal, and they're just like, and then Superboy was just like, yes, he said it could either be a portal to freedom or it could be a trap. And then Zod was like, well, shit, either way, it's a it's a ticket out of here. So a few of them, they end up going through the portal. Now here's where it gets funny, because like Nightwing and the gang, they're still in the Phantom Zone, and the criminals that Lord Zod left behind, the Kryptonians who were left behind, Nightwing, Rocket, and them, they basically said, we got to find a way to close that portal because we can't let the rest of them get out of the portal. Superboy, Zod, the wife, and some other random woman, the four of them were about to go through the portal. But then when McGann was waiting on the other side of the portal, she felt Connor's mind, and then she spoke out to him. And when she spoke to him, she was just like, Connor, I'm here for you, like, come with, like, I'm waiting for you. And he was like, no, I can't go. He's like, I can't face McGann because I killed Superman. And they was like, boy, like, Superman ain't dead. But then, Lord Zod said, he was like, I am Zod. He was like, I am, he's like, you serve the House of Zod, so take your ass in this portal. Let's take care of this business. Unknowing, when Superboy was trying to destroy that machine back on Mars, he was injured. Like his face was scarred. Like he had like slash marks across his chest. So as soon as he went out of the Phantom Zone, all of his injuries immediately started coming back, and he doesn't have the luxury of super healing because they're on that Red Sun planet. And then Zod and the gang, they were just looking at him like, what the hell happened to him? And then when they turned around, but right before they came out, that's when Malafa'ak and Lord Zod, like they ambushed the team that was on the Red Sun planet. They knocked out, Malafa'ak actually got into Danny's mind, and he was able to get rid of Danny and use the Kaiser Thrall to basically destroy Superman, McGann, and I think the third person was Black Lightning. So like they're down for the count, and then Kid Flash, he was on the floor. And see, there's a reason, and I got to go back to this again. There is a reason why Lord Zod specifically dragged Kid Flash off the ship. He didn't drag, because like the other two members of the Legion are still on the bioship. The bioship is still on the bioship. Like the bioship's around the corner. There is a specific reason why Bart Allen was specifically dragged off the thing and off the ship and thrown onto the floor. So now the gang is all here. McGann is here. Kid Flash is here. The rest of the OG Young Justice team, they're in the Phantom Zone trying to stop the other Kryptonians from escaping. Wally is coming out of this. Wally's coming out of this hole, y'all. Like it's set up perfectly for a Wally West return, because there's going to be a moment where Nightwing's team, they're going to try to stop the other Kryptonians from leaving, and then Wally's probably just going to zoom past all of them and run right out of the hole. This is going to happen, and I'm looking forward to it, because like I said earlier, when Wally comes out of the Phantom Zone and they realize that Kid Flash, the original OG Kid Flash, is alive, like Artemis is going to collectively lose her shit, because she built this life for her, and now the life that she built is about to come crashing down. And I'm actually more interested in that than I am like anything else that's going on. I just want to see the devastation on this girl's face when this boy run out of the Phantom Zone. But I'm waiting for that. So right now, again, the team that's on the planet, they're down for the count. General Zod and his wife, they're officially out of the Phantom Zone. and Nightwing's team, they're going to stop the other ones, and they're going to try to close the portal, because the thing is, Nightwing and them don't know McGann is on the other side of the thing, so they're probably going to close the portal and then go back to the junkyard where the school bus was, and then somebody's going to be like, oh, they went to a plant. They're going to be like, shit, we were just there. But and then after that, Lord Zod, he saw his parents, and he was like, mother and father, he was like, I finally did it. The galaxy is yours. And that's how the episode ended, and thank you for tuning in. Funny thing about that, though, when he said mom and dad, like, the galaxy is yours, they still don't know that that's their son, because because currently their son, like Lord Zod, he's still in his mom's womb, because he's not supposed to be born yet for like another, I guess for another 9 months, he's not supposed to be born. But because he let his parents out of the Phantom Zone early, like by law, by time travel law, because he let his parents out of the Phantom Zone earlier than he should have, and now that his parents are officially out of the Phantom Zone, which means that the birth cycle is now going to continue on, and he's going to be born in 9 months, he should turn drastically older than he is now. And I'm waiting for time to catch up with him in that regard, because he needs to turn old, because he's not as young as he's going to be here. And like I said, but it's going to be this whole big thing. Like General Zod's probably going to be like, you're no son of mine or whatever. He's going to beef with him. And I don't know, it's going to be this whole big thing. But like I said, but share your questions, comments, and concerns down below. And I'm looking forward to this final battle, because I just want to know, is Nightwing's team going to go through the portal, or are they just going to fight the Kryptonians and they're going to end up going back to the junkyard? But I just want the moment. Because again, while they're fighting the Kryptonians, Kid Flash is either going to help them fight the Kryptonians, or he's going to run out of the portal and they're just going to be stuck there. I just want to see the moment where Kid Flash shows up and the entire OG Young Justice team is there. They're like, for the love of God, they even showed us because the picture of the original 8 along with Roy, so I guess we can call them the original 9. That picture of the original 9 has been showcased throughout this entire season. It's been on everyone's like dresser drawer throughout the course of the entire season, and they showed us the moment where that picture was actually taken. You're not going to do that. You're not going to show us the origin of a photo. You're not going to have Kid Flash present, the entire OG squad minus Roy present, if you don't plan on bringing back Kid Flash. So share your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram, always on YouTube, where you can share your questions, comments, and concerns. Do you buy my theory about Kid Flash, Wally West coming out of the Phantom Zone? And I said we'll continue to talk about it. So thanks for tuning in, guys. So till next time, till next week, which is the 4th episode of the Nightwing arc for Young Justice. Check out my other reviews, because we currently got the Flash on the channel, and we're still waiting for Superman and Lois to come back on the 31st. So till next week for some more Young Justice action as we conclude the Nightwing arc. I'm about to have me some birthday cake, and about this.